Okay, so I think that should be us live on YouTube, which is always useful for people who can't join us live. So just getting all that set up now. And I can see somebody else commenting. Hi Melanie, it's great to have you here today as well. Great to have everybody here, whether or not we're in the chat box or not. It's just glad to see a few names popping up there. So as always, we'll start with a bit of an intention, and the intention today is all about intention, so that makes a little bit of sense. But what I would like to encourage you to do is just to bring some intention into your day. So I think so often we're rushing about trying to do a million different things that we're not really present and mindful in what we're doing. I always think if we can bring more intention into our conversations, into our meetings, into sometimes if we're doing housework or different chores, then often we can overall just feel more calm. I think it's when we're trying to do 15 different things at once that often our mind feels really busy. And really the aim in meditation is to kind of focus on the breath, focus on being really present, focus on being in the here and now. So if you can bring that intention into your day, then it will definitely help. So these are some of the kind of simple breath techniques that we've talked about before, and that can be really good at just kind of bringing in presence to your here and now. So you only need a few seconds to do them, so counting breath can be good. So I often say, inhale for 4, pause, and then exhale for more than 4. So that's a really good one. The belly whoosh, that's when we're exhaling through the mouth and we're letting the breath just whoosh out on the exhale, which is good. And we're always encouraging this kind of diaphragmatic breathing, so into our stomach as well. And it can sometimes be nice to just place your hand on your stomach and on your chest to notice the movement in the breath as we go. Nostril breathing, so there's been so much research on the real importance of us most of the time breathing through our nose, but actually a lot of people kind of breathe through their mouth a lot of the time. So if you can focus more on the inhale and exhale through the nose, that can help. And there's just a few different ways of doing that. So there's the fast kind of nostril breathing, which is looks a bit funny on camera there, but that can bring in a bit of energy. Normally what we're doing is we're slowing down the breath. That's a slightly different practice. Then there can be the inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. And it can just slow down the breathing there. And then alternate nostril breathing. That's when you close off one of your nostrils. You breathe in. Pause, close this over, and then exhale. Inhale, close over, and continue there. I wouldn't recommend that one if you're feeling a bit nasally or have kind of allergies or anything like that. But the nostril breathing can be really good to bring in a bit more clarity. I always think clarity of thought, clarity of mind, bringing in a bit of simple and quick energy there as well. So in our meditation practices today, think about your posture. Again, if we're bringing intention to what we're doing, imagine that you're elongating the spine. So if you're seated, just imagine that you've got this little string attached to the top of your head, and that is pulling your head up, pulling your neck up, pulling your spine into a nice straight line. Allow your shoulders to kind of drop down a little bit as well, helps us to relax. If you're lying down, just be on a flat surface there. And again, if you're seated, just imagine that your spine is in that nice, straight, long line. Okay, so it's meditation time. So I'd ask you to assume whatever posture you wish. And as I talk you through the different meditations today, just again, Adjust your posture as it feels right for you. Make this practice your own and bring your own intention into the session today. So as normal, I will go off camera when talking you through some of the meditations. If there's any questions, comments as we go through, always just use the chat box for that and I'll keep an eye out there. And also any comments or questions at the end, always happy to take them too. So enjoy and just get yourself into a nice comfortable position for us to begin. When you're feeling comfortable now, the first meditation that we're going to do is called the Inner Smile meditation. And this meditation practice has been done for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And its aim is to be a joyful experience, which has got the power to kind of uplift you and create that idea of an inner and an outer smile for us. And I imagine that at times we've all experienced those days where some random kind of passerby feels the need to kind of inject that, oh, cheer up, or it might never happen, or smile, to us. It's not that bad kind of comment. And if we do lose our smile, we're feeling a bit more glum, feeling a bit down, often our whole demeanour can come across as a bit unapproachable and a bit more closed off. Whereas if we carry more of a sense of joy and a smile, I often think it's infectious as well to those around you as well, because often people can't help but smile back as well. And we often gravitate towards people who radiate a smile, and that I always say, bring that smile in from a genuine place as well. So in your comfortable position, gently centre yourself by breathing in your own time, at your own pace, and just by drawing your attention to your breath. And just allow the rest of the world to fade into the background, even if it's only for a short while. Continue to just focus on your breath here. Focus on your stomach area, which can hold so much of our stress, tension and anxiety. Just allow your stomach to relax and soften. And just allow, with every exhale, just allow any tension to dissolve and melt away. And continue for a few breaths here. And as you relax, start to visualise a beautiful golden light emanating from the stomach area. Imagine this light as your healing smile, travelling through your body. Just take a little bit of time to create this visual. If you find it a little bit difficult to visualise the light, then just simply focus on your stomach and accept anything that you receive. So as you visualise the light, imagine yourself content and peaceful, and see the warm glow travel up through your heart centre, filling your upper body until it reaches the top of your crown. allow the warm glow to soothe your head and your face, soothe your eyes. And if you feel like you're holding any tension here, just allow your jaw to relax. As you release the tension, your lips should be slightly apart. And allow yourself now to smile gently. The smile should feel natural and come from a place deep within. The smile doesn't have to be over-exaggerated. It is simply a smile for yourself. You're not smiling to make another person happy. This is just for you. If you're finding a smile difficult, it can sometimes help if you recall a time that you've felt a warm glow from meeting up with a loved one, a surprise phone call that made your day, or a message from someone you care about. We all get that warm, happy feeling naturally through our interaction with people that we love. And occasionally we need to integrate a visual reminder. Just sit in this space, gently smiling for a few moments. Just notice how your body feels. Notice that calming feeling. Imagine that light just surrounding us, emanating from the stomach, going all the way up, all the way round, all the way down our body. And imagine that being our whole body smiling. And at any point you can return to this meditation, just imagining that inner smile and that light surrounding you. Give yourself that sense of comfort and calmness and peace. And often people quite like the visual anchor of light or seeing themselves in a relaxing place to just bring in a different sense of relaxation. It's all about finding what works for you. Continue with our meditation practice now by doing a relationship meditation practice, which is called Focus on Any Relationship You Wish. So each relationship has its own set of challenges, and in the meditation that we're going to do, we're going to focus our attention on how we can successfully communicate our needs when we feel an issue has come to the surface. Sometimes we can feel a bit unsure of how to address a problem, or perhaps we're feeling unwilling or nervous to do so. If we can simply pay attention to the issue, we can start working towards finding a resolution. So if you want to change your posture or your pose at this point, feel free to do so. Just make sure that you're comfortable. Gently close down your eyes. And what I would like you to do is focus on one particular relationship in which you would like to see an improvement. Think about the relationship you currently have with this person. Rather than focusing on where you feel something is lacking, be mindful of the particular aspects that make you happy. bring compassion to this exercise, and it allows us to focus on how we can make positive steps rather than viewing the relationship from a negative angle. And just continue the positive element of the relationship here. Once you've taken some time to consider that relationship, bring your attention to your breath, which helps prevent you from any overthinking. And if we dwell on anything too long, we often start to find fault in it, which is an unhelpful way of thinking. And as you settle into this practice, gently bring your attention to one positive improvement that could really strengthen and enhance your relationship. You may feel that there is a lack of communication. Perhaps texting or emails have taken over face-to-face time. This is the time now to think about how you plan to discuss whatever the matter may be with this other person in a kind, compassionate, open way, where we're listening to the other person's point of view as well as our own and saying how we truly feel in a way that isn't critical, but is clear, concise, and true. And spend a few moments now visualising how addressing this issue that you've identified will start to improve your relationship. In order to become closer to people, we have to be willing to be more open about our own needs. And this can be a really good visualisation to help us focus on really making these positive steps regularly to improve our relationships. Always think if we can work towards something that we can do, a positive resolution, it can hugely help. And if you just place your hands on your heart and set an intention for this relationship, an intention for a conversation you want to have, an intention for a positive change. We're now going to take our attention back to our own space, to ourself, in a just as you are meditation. This one can work really nicely in a comfortable seated position. Again, if you're lying down, that's absolutely fine too. Bring your attention to your breath and follow the gentle rhythm of your breathing. Have your hands nestled in your lap or resting on your knees, whatever feels most comfortable. Put your hand on your chest and notice how it rises and falls as you inhale and exhale. And gently close your eyes here. Think about how your skin feels under the palm of your hand. Is it warm or cool to the touch? Get a sense of how this simple hand gesture has now changed the course of your meditation as you become more aware of the present moment. You can choose to keep your hand on your chest. However, you may want to bring your hand back to its initial placement, whether that was in your lap or placed on your knee. Focus now on your clothes and how they feel against your skin. Are they soft and loose, which allows greater freedom in meditation? Or do they feel a bit more restrictive? Are you wearing jewellery or a watch? Think about the weight of these items and how they feel against your skin. Now take a moment to get a sense of how you currently feel in the space that you occupy. Have you chosen a comfortable spot this morning? Are you in the corner of a room or the central part? Are you warm or have you noticed a draft? Begin to expand your awareness to the room and the presence that you feel within this space. And now expand your awareness to what is happening outside of the room. Can you hear sounds? Can you detect the footsteps and chatter from passers-by? The birds tweeting? Cars passing? If at any point during this practice you're noticing any thoughts popping up, just acknowledge them. Be aware that they're here and just allow them to pass on by. Your breath is a great way of bringing your thoughts back to the present moment. However, if you feel an action is required, you can choose a hand gesture, such as placing a hand on the chest, as in the kind of earlier part of this practice, which can instantly bring you back to the meditation, to be just as you are. Become aware now of your emotions. And simply acknowledge whatever feelings occur, resisting the temptation to react to them with analyse them, just allowing yourself to notice these and to be in the moment. And just focus your attention back to the rise and fall of your chest and the rhythm of your breathing. And just think about an intention that you would like to take in to the rest of your day. Continue just having your hand placed on your heart. You might want to place both hands on your heart. And I'm going to read you one of my mindfulness cards. It's a little bit of inspiration. They're actually called a pocket full of inspiration. Mindfulness affirmation cards, and they're by a company called Share Happy Moments. So I always like to share some happy moments, so let's go for it. So this card is entitled Believe, and it was just the first one that I picked that drew my eye. It's incredible the way we can change outcomes through our approach to what we believe. If we believe we fail, we are more likely to fail. And if we believe we can be triumphant, then we are more likely to triumph. Always monitor where your thoughts are, and when the wrong thought comes along, replace it with a more positive belief. Believe in yourself and your abilities. Believe you can learn what you need to if things do not go your way. It is so important to believe the best and most positive it is possible. And believe you are loved and supported. And a couple of affirmations here that you can repeat just for the next moment or so. The first one is, I believe that I can keep a positive mindset. I believe that I can keep a positive mindset, and it can be quite nice to just repeat that internally, following your breath. That I can learn from negative experiences is the next one. So I believe that I can learn from negative experiences. Let's repeat this a few times internally. Card that's just at the top of the deck, which I keep looking at, so I'm going to just read it out for you to finish here, is balance. The pace of modern living often leaves us feeling overwhelmed, so busy and a little bit stressed. So it's essential to try and get some balance for the important things that help us improve our well-being. Try to think about how you can get more balance in your life by looking at your health, exercise, diets and routines, and working on relaxation too. If you can introduce some mindfulness and meditation, this will help to give you more balance, strengthen your mind, and it's amazing how it can magically create a little bit more space in what feels like a busy day. And if you can look after your well-being, then you're better placed to help your family and your friends. So thank you everyone for joining me today. So you might want to just take one last deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your nose as well. You want to bring some movement into your arms, into your fingers, into your toes. Bring your presence back into the room. Huge thank you for joining me today. If you want to stay here and relax a little bit longer, please do so. Put on some nice relaxation music and then enjoy this relaxing feeling. Really appreciate you coming along today and take that intention with you into the rest of your day and week ahead. And I'll hopefully see you at another session very soon. Take care everyone. Thank you, and I can see some of your kind comments coming through as well, so that's lovely that it's been helping as well. So take care and all the best. And if anybody wants to talk to me about any practices offline, get in touch. You'll get all my details through my website, or if you've got my email address, just ping me an email as well. Take care, thanks everyone, and all the best. Bye bye.